Hi there, everybody, and welcome back. We are getting to the most exciting part of your book trailer project, and that is actually creating the trailer. So what I'd like you to do to get started is go to a site called Animoto.com. And this is a site that just makes it really easy to make videos. You're going to come over here where the sign up is, and you're going to enter an email. But this is going to be a special email. And in the slideshow, I've given you an example of this. Everyone is basically going to have the same email except for their initials. So it's going to look like this. We're going to do Mrs. Prisco, ELD in capitals. Then you're going to shift and do the plus sign, and you'll put your first and last initials there. So if my name was SpongeBob SquarePants, I would put SS there and then finish it off with @gmail.com. Your password is also going to be the same. Everyone will have the same password. And I have cut and paste this, which you could do also from the slideshow. It's just a series of numbers and letters, so not really easy to remember. So it's probably easier to cut and paste. Then you're going to click on Education and get Animoto free. And my internet has been very slow, so let's see if this can load somewhat quickly. I might need to pause. I'm going to pause and let it finish loading. Okay, and we're back. And now we've got Animoto open. And what I would like you to do here is to just click on Start from Scratch. And I know you guys are really good with your technology, so I'm probably going to be explaining things a little bit more than you need me to. But just in case, I want to give you all the instructions. And then I hope that on the site, you'll go ahead and explore and figure out some of the things you can do with this video builder. So first thing you want to do is choose a video style. And that just means that it's going to give you a certain font and some colors to work with. So in thinking about your book trailer, you might want to pick something that's going to match Elephant Run. I think I'm going to pick, I'm not crazy about the orange here, but I think I can change that. So I'm going to pick Standout as my theme. And they do give you the choice between landscape and then another choice that's more square. Landscape is going to look better, so I'm not even going to wait for the other one to load. I'm just going to choose landscape right here. And I might need to pause again. Let's see how long this takes to load. I'm going to go ahead and pause here. Okay, so we're back, and you'll see that this little window has popped up that's going to kind of help you as you're building your book trailer. So we'll say Start Tour and see the little tips just pop up. So this one says, let's start by adding photos. So we're going to go ahead and click on Upload. And that should take us to that book trailer file that we created last time. Mine's already open. So here's my book trailer in my drive, that folder. And when I open it up, I've got my images that I uploaded. So I'm going to click on the first one. And then the little trick is if you hold down the Shift key and then continue clicking, you can select all of them at once and then say Open. That way you don't have to load each image individually. Again, this might take a while with my internet. Let's see. And I'm going to pause you guys. Okay. And now we've got our images here, and it is telling us to try dragging some of our media over into the area. And when you do that, you'll see that it creates a new slide for you automatically. Okay. Let's take a couple more of these over here. Let's see. Let's click on this one. Oh, it wants me to edit first. Okay, so if I click on this, and I'm going to close this just so you can see, here's my image that I uploaded. Now I have some choices of things that I might want to do. for example, I might want to make a text box. And so here it gives me a chance to type something here. The titles, let's say, how about World War II and London 1941. So we're going to give our viewer a little bit of information about how the book starts, a little bit about our setting. Okay, so then I'm noticing, and this is a big problem sometimes, I'm noticing that this text is a little difficult to read because it's white. So if I want to choose a different color, come down here where it says color, click on that, and I'm going to choose black for that and see how much better that shows up. But that just did the title. So now I want to go ahead and do the same thing with my subtitle and make that black. Okay, now I'm also noticing that that's sitting right on top of where the children are in that image. So I'm going to go ahead and click and drag. Maybe just take that up there and it's a little bit easier to see. One other trick for your text is if you really feel like the text is difficult to read on top of the image, you can toggle this switch over. It says legibility, meaning it'll make it easier to read. And it sort of just puts a little box behind it in a slightly lighter color, so the text pops a little bit more. Okay, so that's how you do that. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to close this and go back to where my blocks are and show you how to add another block. I could just drag another image over here and that would make me a block, but I also can click here on add a block and choose a different kind of block. So let's say, for example, I want to just put a quote, because that is one of our requirements here. So let's say my quote is something that Nick's father said. I believe it was, I made a big mistake in bringing you over here, Nick. Okay. This is after the Japanese invade Burma and he's feeling like it's not safe anymore. And maybe down here, I'll just put that was Nick's father. And I'm drawing a blank on his first name right now, so I'm just going to say Mr. Freestone, Nick's dad. And let's see how that pops up here. Okay, so if I want to see that larger, click on it. Okay, and it even put the little quotation marks in there for us. So that's kind of nice. And then down here, the citation of who was saying it. Now, I said at the beginning that I wasn't crazy about this orange for this particular project. So if I have a slide like this, that's mostly color and just the quotation, again, I can go over here to my little menu and go to color. And maybe I want something a little more green. That seems a little more like Elephant Run to me. Okay. And I'm going to close that. So one other thing that I want to show you is, I'll go back to this slide. If I have a lot of text on here and I'm thinking that maybe my viewer is going to need some time to read that text, I can adjust how long this slide shows on my slideshow. And you'll see up here, they've got it set for 7 seconds, which is probably plenty of time. So let's say even if I thought that was a little too much, I can come down here and I can adjust this time using the minus and plus signs. I could have it just show for 5 seconds, or if I really wanted to have it there a long time, I could show it for 11 seconds. I'm thinking probably about 5 is good. Okay, then I close it. And you can see all that when you go to each slide. There's the 5 seconds. If I go to this one, it's set to go for 4 seconds. So again, that's adjustable. Okay. Again, I'm going to leave it to you guys to do some exploring with like these different styles of blocks that you can use and kind of check those out. There's some neat things. You can do a collage and put several photos on one slide. You can do the quote. You can just do text. You can do photo. Lots of fun ways to play around with this. So once you get to that point, we're going to stop because our next video is going to go over choosing music to go with this lovely book trailer that you're making. I'm super excited to see what you guys do with this project. So I will see you next time.